Hi everyone, it's Joseph from English with Joseph. Welcome again to another one of my vodcasts. Can I call them vodcasts? This is one of these new words that's appeared in English, probably American, to talk about a vodcast rather than a podcast. It's an interesting word. I've been using it a little bit, but I'm kind of uncomfortable with it. And also, probably I would prefer to be doing a podcast than a vodcast, but I still haven't been able to work out how to get audio onto a platform that you can hear me. Well, I don't quite know how that works. I'm technical, but not so technical. I need to find an audio platform that works like YouTube, but isn't video. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Thank you for your suggestions this week about my previous my previous podcasts. I know I had one from Artem in Russia. Hello Artem, thank you very much. I hope you got the books. In fact, I know you did because you replied to my email. Thank you. I also had an email from someone in Bulgaria. If you'd like to send me your email address, I will send you a gift of some of my Amazon books to help with your English grammar. I can't remember your name, I've got it on email, but I didn't get your email address to send you back. I think I got your comment via Dailymotion onto my email, but I didn't get your email address. So if you want to send that to me, I'll send you some Amazon books. I've got all the books I've published in Word format. Amongst the other comments I've had, why do English people look inherently evil, is one. Well, we don't look evil exactly, but we maybe aren't as happy as we look like. Someone else saying, why don't you ever smile? Another comment here, which I can't repeat, because it's very rude. Many people inquiring about Avi, my Venezuelan friend, who lives here in Barcelona after our video clip. Someone else asking, who is Alexandra Bastedo? Okay. Well, actually, I went to see Avi a few days ago and found him inaccessible. I don't know what happened, but I was called. We were due to meet at a coffee shop here in Barcelona. He wasn't there. His phone was off. He wasn't answering his doorbell, and as his health isn't great, so I thought, I hope he's okay. So I went to his flatmate, and I said, is Avi all right? I'm trying to contact him, and his flatmate gave me the keys, so I went to his flat, and he was fast asleep, completely oblivious to the fact that we were due to meet. This is typical. Very Latin, I think, to be not very good with time. But don't tell him I said that, because he's always very upset about time, because he thinks that the timekeeping of the Latin world is perfect. Okay, so yes, he's fine. I've arranged with him to do another podcast together on, I think, Wednesday. That's the plan. So we'll get together again, and you can watch both of us having a laugh at the world. Okay, another comment. Who was Alexandra Bastedo? This is an actress we were mentioning the last time. Alexandra Bastedo was an English actress. You know, back in the 80s when to be famous you had to be a well-rounded entertainer. You couldn't just be an actress, you had to have an additional quality. People were better trained in those days. You were famous for something. Alexandra Bastedo was an actress who spoke, I think, 3 or 4 languages. She was famous all over Europe. Here in Spain, she was known as La Bastedo. She was in a few horror movies here in Spain, one of which was called The Blood-Splattered Bride. Her most famous thing, though, was a British TV series from the 60s called The Champions. She was still an actress. She was in Batman, I think the original Batman, you know, the first movie they made back in the 1990s, I think it is. But she She had some health problems. I know she was diagnosed with cancer, and she was very outspoken about that. She was also a very famous vegetarian in the UK. And of course, like all actresses who are no longer in the limelight, she was running an animal sanctuary in Sussex. And she was married to the director of the Chichester Film Festival, Patrick Garland. And they were friends with Prince Charles, used to go on holiday together with him, so they were very well connected with the establishment and royalty here, which again is a sign of wealth, affluence, aristocracy, and all things British in this country. But I don't know much about English aristocracy life, but I can tell you that she was an amazing actress. One of the cruelest things which I noticed is that after she died, the British press, the British press are not always kind to people. They said that Alexandra Bastedo has died. Oh, Bastedo is the Spanish word for bastard. And that, of course, simply isn't true. It's a lie. I don't know what the Spanish word for bastard is, but it's certainly not Bastedo. Alexandra Bastedo was a very talented lady. There's actually a pop group named after her. There's a group which tours the UK. I don't know if they've recorded anything, and their name is Bastedo. And they were named after her because I believe one of the people in that group is the goddaughter of Alexandra Bastedo. The goddaughter is, how can I explain in Spanish? It's sobrina or sobrino. It's when you get baptized, there's usually friends of your parents who say, yeah, if anything happens to you, I will ensure the child is raised correctly or with Christian values or whatever. So Alexandra's goddaughter, in Spanish it would be sobrina, I think is a member of the pop group Bastedo. I think that's how it works. Certainly I read somewhere recently that her goddaughter is involved in public life, so I'm assuming that's the connection. Bastedo raised a lot of money for her animal sanctuary. They're a good band. I've heard them, and they're on YouTube, so you can find them. What else can I tell you about Alexandra Bastedo? Only that she was an amazing actress. She didn't have any children. She was apparently a very fun lady to be around. I just knew her from The Champions. She was a very classic 60s actress in a time when actresses weren't really portraying strength. That was very much a man's world. But yeah, she was a very nice lady. The daughter of a Canadian diplomat, I believe. And she also presented Miss World for a while in UK television, again because she could speak several languages, and she was working with Downing Street. She was an interpreter for a while in one of our governments, so I don't know how she had time to do all these things, but she's been in many movies. You should definitely check out Alexandra Bastedo on IMDb. Okay, what other news do I have for you today? Well, I don't have very much news except to say, in the world of show business, I know that Celine Dion's brother has now died. She's not had much luck recently. First her husband, now her brother. I can also tell you that the UK media are picking up on all kinds of trashy stars at the moment, like Jordan and Kim Kardashian. I don't know what it is about UK media. The UK newspapers and television are obsessed with celebrity status. And we have a number of celebrity females who are in the UK spotlight. Some of whom are asking to be more famous, by getting into mainstream programming, but the majority of them aren't actually famous for any reason. Jordan is one of such people. She was a topless model in the UK who married Peter Andre, the singer, and now keeps popping up, making public appearances. But with these women, they always end up as respectable housewives finally, don't they? So Jordan, also known as Katie Price, is heading in that direction because I think she's getting older now. It's very interesting for me how that works. They go from immorality and that somehow reaches celebrity and finishes with respectability. There's something very wrong about that, but that's always been the way of UK culture. I'm remembering the Profumo scandal in the 1960s with Mandy Rice Davis. Mandy Rice Davis was a topless model along with, what was her name? The other one from the Profumo scandal, Christine, I can't remember. Anyway, you can easily find it on the internet. And these were two escort girls who eventually were accused of being double agents because they were involved with Russians and also English politicians offering their services. They went to jail for that, and then of course Mandy Rice Davis became a very respectable housewife by marrying an Israeli businessman and now owns a string of nightclubs. Christine Keeler was the other lady's name. She, I think, became not so famous. There's pictures of her in the press. She's certainly became quite a respectable person. There's all kinds of books being published by her. The stage show about their life was recently launched with Andrew Lloyd Webber. He's one of our stage screenwriters and producers. And Mandy Rice Davis was there for the unveiling and to watch herself being portrayed. It was very interesting. I can't remember the actress who played her. Christine Keeler apparently refused to go to the opening. I don't know if they were earning money from that or what the situation was. The press have been very unkind to Christine Keeler, but that could be because she's in poor health or she won't cooperate with them. Our media, you can't really trust what they say with anything. Okay, so that was the Profumo scandal, one of our scandals which rocked the government in the 1960s. I think someone actually committed suicide over that, the Profumo scandal involving John Profumo. I don't remember exactly how that worked. That's something else for you to check up on if you're interested in English history. Okay, just very quickly to touch on what else I've been doing. Well, as you know, I'm very involved in audio as well as teaching, and I really enjoy recording audiobooks and different things for different people. These days, I've been recording the weekly audio lesson, the Bible lesson for one of the churches in America, which is quite entertaining. I really enjoy doing that every week for the Plainfield Christian Science Church. Very interesting. You should check out their website if you get the chance. plainfieldcs.com. It's one of Mary Baker Eddy's churches. Mary Baker Eddy is an amazing author. She was the only person I think that could actually make sense of Christianity and make it real and practical for people. As you know, most people hear the word Christianity and they think, religion. But it actually, what she promoted was very real. And it's very interesting. It's very interesting. So I've been doing their audio lesson for them. What else have I been looking at? I've been following various podcasts on the internet, and my Twitter feed is happily retweeting lots of English language resources. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, the name is McTaggartJ7. McTaggartJ7. Okay, and there's a link to it on my Daily Motion site as well. There's lots of English language resources there. You can find my Amazon books there as well. Facebook, it's facebook.com/English with Joseph. You can find me there. And my Facebook page is available to everyone living outside of Spain and the UK. Okay, so you can easily get access to that. What else can I tell you? Well, I've been watching, or I should say listening to these different podcasts, one of which is a NASA podcast. I've been watching the spacewalk by the British astronaut Tim Peake. I've also been listening to the Happy Station show and some of the shortwave archives which are on the internet. They're really interesting. Books, I've not really had time to read very much, but I have a few books sitting on my bookshelf here that I want to get to eventually. One of them is some ebooks from NASA about the history of NASA, and you can download them onto your iPad or into your Kindle, whatever, free of charge. They're not in the Kindle store, I don't think, but they're happily they're happily sitting on the NASA website for you to take in whichever format you want. Okay, that's it from me for today. Today I think I already have had one English lesson. I've taken one English lesson on accent reduction, which was very interesting, and about the letter O. Not O, O. O. Something for you to have a think about today if you're shadowing. Feel free to contact me. I might talk more about that tomorrow if we delve in a bit more to grammar. So, okay, have a nice day, and I will do my best to keep this up tomorrow. Comments always welcome and rewarded. First time with a book, so or two for your Kindle. So don't be afraid to write, and please do spread the word and let people know that I'm trying very hard to make some kind of vodcast here. If you know of other people who are learning English. Okay, have a good day. Thank you, and goodbye.